Welcome to Subramani. Uh, One question which everybody seems to be asking, or every youngster seems to be asking, is how should I invest? What is the great technology for investing? And what should be my asset allocation? Actually, if you are 23 years of age, or 24 years of age, or even younger, and you're just starting out in life, it hardly matters as to where you are investing, because largely you should be investing in equities. When I say investing in equities, I mean saving is something which you should do in products like PPF or savings bank account or bank fixed deposits, and investing is what you do in equities, largely because you're 23, 24. I'm not even talking of real estate, because real estate is beyond your reach in most Indian cities. Even if it is say 75, 80 lakhs, it's not worth for you at this stage to even look at it. So let us ignore that. That brings us to what should you do? You should invest. How much should you invest is a clear function of how much you can invest. For example, if you are supporting your family, you're supporting a younger brother or a younger sister, you're supporting your parents, your father has lost his job, or you lost your father, your mother is the sole breadwinner and she just about ekes out and living. Obviously, fairly obviously, you will be spending a lot of money at home. You may be upgrading your fridge or TV or washing machine and things like that. So a lot of your money will go even in domestic capex, right? So the amount of money that you have to invest will go down. Actually, at that age, the most important thing to concentrate on is how much you are saving, or rather how much you are investing, right? So if you are a son of a a rich father and a rich mother, your father is a vice president in a bank, your mother is a vice president in a bank, or she's a doctor who's in practice, fairly obvious that you have a lot of money to invest, and so almost all your income can be invested or saved. At the beginning of your career and you have zero portfolio, let us say you're investing 15,000 rupees a month, that's a good start. Now the thing is, you don't really have to worry about whether you should be putting it in an index fund, whether you should be buying direct equity, whatever you feel comfortable, do it. But only thing is, keep investing. Don't just say, oh, this month market is not good, I will wait, and things like that, because I've even done a video saying the market always goes up. So if you were in say 1979 and you were still asking where should I invest, the simple answer is buy the index whenever you can and how much so ever you can, because you do not know anything else about investing. So assuming you know nothing about investing, then the best thing for you to do is to buy the index. How much of the index? Okay, my take is as much as you can, as quickly as you can, and whenever you can. That's all. So don't get into that, should I save 10% of my income, should I save 35% of my income. I really don't know how much each person is capable of saving, but I know all of you are capable of saving. So you say, okay, I will do a 15,000 rupee per month SIP, and after 5-6 months you find that you've got another 30,000 rupees lying in your bank account which is not spent or whatever. Just take it and put it into your index fund. Treat your index fund like you would treat a savings bank account, right? So suppose you have X amount of lakhs lying in your savings bank account. Let's say you have 3 lakhs lying in your savings bank account for whatever reasons, and somebody gives you a check of 60,000. Do you say, oh no, I have 3 lakhs lying in my bank account, so don't give me this check of 60,000? You don't do that, right? You collect your salary, you put it into your savings bank account. You collect this money from a friend, uncle, relative, whoever it is, and put it into your savings bank account. That is exactly how you should be treating your index fund. Whenever you have money, just keep putting it in the index fund. It wouldn't matter whether the market is high or low, because 30 years later, you will be richer and your fund value will be higher. Why am I saying 30 years later you will be richer? Compared to today, you will be richer, and compared to your future self, today you are poorer. So rich or poor, I am talking only context with your own time frame, right? So when you are 22, you will not be as rich as you are when you will be 55. Simple power of compounding, mathematics, inflation, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, you will have more money at 55 than you would ever have had at 22. So initially you just have to concentrate on how much you can save and convert that into investment. So when I say save, I say accumulate and then put it into into an index fund, simply because you have not yet learned. Then start learning. When you start learning, you will say, oh, this fund is doing better, that fund is doing better, maybe I should be in mid cap, small cap, gold, international. I'm not wanting to give you advice on all that. Right now you're 24, just keep putting money into an index fund. Will it work? This is a difficult question to answer. Almost all financial literature is from the US, which has seen a huge bull run over the last, say, 100 years, right? Or maybe more than that. That is because that was a time when US could go and pick up any raw material from any part of Asia, Asia, Europe, India. Then they made the laws to suit them, right? The World War II, they got all the chemical licenses from from Germany, and because they said that was the war time, you did not have to respect the patents law, so they took it. So and all investing literature comes from that country, which has only seen the bull market for an extremely long period of time. So whether it is Bernstein or Buffett or anybody whose theories you read, any of the newcomers, Fisher, everybody has been a product of a bull market. So have I, right? So 1979 the index was 100, today the index is close to 90,000 on a TRI basis. It has gone up 900 times in the last 45 years. So fairly obvious that we are all bullish and we all feel that whenever you buy, the market will only go up. This may not be true over the next 40-50 years, right? So suppose the Chinese were to dump the dollar. What happens to the dollar? The dollar is very strong, so it's very tempting to go short on the dollar. What happens if more people convert into gold? What happens if India starts trading with Russia on the rupee ruble and with Saudi Arabia and Iran on the rupee and their local currencies? What happens to the dollar, right? We don't know. We don't have answers to all that. We don't have an answer like, will the market always go up for the next 40, 50, 100 years? I don't know, but it has happened in the past. So will it happen that the index goes up? Yes, but also remember, the index is a politically created index. Suddenly you have Adani coming into the index. Is that good for the index? I do not know. Is it good for the NPS? I really do not know. Since there are very many questions for which my answer is I do not know, I do not wish to say this is the law and this is how it will work. We do not know how it will work. So right now I do think that the index will go up over the next few years, next few decades. So start putting money in the index whenever you can, how much soever you can, just start putting. It's also important that you don't have to worry too much about the return that you are getting at 22, 23, because you don't have a corpus, right? At 50, the asset allocation will matter a lot, because the person at 50 is perhaps contributing much less than the appreciation in his portfolio. So let me give you two examples. Let us say you are 22, 23 years of age and you are saving 15,000 a month. That's a good number, 1,80,000. Now the return, your corpus is very close to zero. You're just starting out, so your corpus is zero. End of 1 year, yes, it will be 1,80,000, but right now it's zero. Now you take a 55-year-old. Let us say his corpus is 3 crores. And he is investing or she is investing about 10 lakhs a year. Okay, this is the number. Now on 3 crores, assuming that that person is getting 10% return, that itself is 30 lakhs. So the investment income is far greater than the contribution that you are doing to it. So you can see this even in your PPF account, etc. If you take your father's PPF passbook, if he has a printout, or your mother's PPF passbook, you will be able to see that towards the end of the 15th year, the contribution which they are making would be much less. The interest that is credited by the PPF would be much higher, right? So similarly, the same thing will happen to you. When you're 55, the amount of return that you get on your capital would be much higher than the amount that you are contributing. Right now, how much you contribute is more important. So if you go out and spend, let's say you have a portfolio of say 1,80,000 end of the year, and on that you get 10% return, which is 18,000. It is possible that you spend more than 18,000 on one vacation, or maybe you spend 8,000 on a vacation, then you suddenly realize that that saving, if it had gone into investing, that would be greater than the return that you are getting on your total corpus, because your corpus is small. So when your corpus is small and the income or the appreciation from that is much less than the amount that you are contributing, you have to concentrate on what you are contributing, not on what return you are getting and all that. That is irrelevant. That starts becoming relevant only maybe by the time you're 34, 35. Till then, if you don't know, that's fine. Just put money in an index fund. Should you put it to a Nifty fund or a Sensex fund, doesn't matter. You're happy with Nifty, put it in Nifty. You're happy with Sensex, put it in Sensex. The gap should not be too much. You do not know which fund to put in, go for the one with the least tracking error or the least cost, right? Ideally, the least cost fund should have least tracking error over a longish period of time, but just pick up the one with the least cost or with the least tracking error. You won't really go too wrong. So just make a chart, do that. How much you invest is far more important than what return you are getting. That we will worry about later. Thank you.